Hey everyone, Andrew here, bringing you another video review, and today we're going to be doing the Mission Impossible movie franchise. Now, I picked up the Mission Impossible franchise because quite a few people recommended it to me, and I'm always one to add to my movie collection, so I said, hey, why not? And let me just tell you here and now, I absolutely love these movies, and I'll tell you why. Mission Impossible does not try to be anything more than what it is. It does not try to set out to be anything better than what it's supposed to be. It is a great action, great suspense movie series with some good plot turns. The main stories, they're not integral, they're not complex. The characters, they don't have a lot of depth, they don't have a lot of development. But the action is great, the suspense is great, and the plot turns are very nice. And that's all you really need. You don't need to be any more than that. And this movie does it very well. I believe the term is keep it simple, stupid, kids. Yeah, and this movie series does it great. Now, in these reviews, I'm going to be talking about the movies themselves and how I feel about them. So let's start things off with Mission Impossible 1. Mission Impossible 1 came out in 1996, and it stars Tom Cruise, and he's the main character throughout the series called Ethan Hunt. Now, before I even get into the movies, I want to talk about Tom Cruise himself. Despite what people say about Tom Cruise, despite whatever his personal life is, I believe Tom Cruise is a really good actor and doesn't get the credit he deserves. All the movies I have seen him in have been really good. The Mission Impossible series, I love. I love Last Samurai. Top Gun was great, and although I did not see the movie, I heard Valkyrie was surprisingly good. So I think Tom Cruise is a great actor that doesn't get the credit he deserves because people look at his personal life with Scientology or whatever for that matter. You should separate from someone else's personal life and look at them as an actor. And Tom Cruise is a great actor. So with that said, Tom Cruise plays the role of Agent Ethan Hunt. And he's part of a team called the IMF, the Impossible Mission Force. It's a group of government agents that do tasks and missions that are just too difficult or impossible for people and normal agents. I mean, these are like top priority, hardcore, tough missions to do. And in the very beginning, Ethan and his team go off to do a mission, but they're set up, and one by one the team is picked off, where all that's left is Ethan and one other team member. Now Ethan has to go around, find who set up his team, and at the same time clear his name because his agency thinks him to be the bad guy. This has a lot of good plot twists, a lot of good suspense in it, and some great action scenes. Now, the only two complaints I have with this movie series is, one, is there could have been a few more fight scenes. Now, this isn't a huge complaint, but compared to the other movie series, or the other movies in the series, you'll see why it could have been a little bit more fight scenes. The other thing I want to point out is when the person that sets them up is revealed, it's a little disappointing because you learn who it is before Ethan learns who it is. So the shock value of who set up Ethan Hunt is a little bit diminished because it's not at the same time you get to learn who it is. But besides that, I say this is a solid B and it's a good movie. It satisfied me very well, but it is the weakest out of the movie series. Moving on to Mission Impossible 2, which came out in, I believe, year 2000. It's been quite a few years since Mission Impossible 1, and Ethan Hunt has reestablished himself in the agency as their top agent. A rogue agent goes off and steals a bacteria called Chimera. Ethan has to team up with a professional thief who has a history with his agent. She needs to go in there and infiltrate his agency and act as his lover, while at the same time having feelings for Ethan and him having feelings for her. Now he has to go and take out this virus, take out the bad guy, and save this thief's life at the same time. Now this movie is by far better than the original one. The action is a lot better, not just the fight scenes, but the action in general. The plot twist was a lot better. Right when you think the movie is going to end, there's a whole nother good 40 minutes of the movie. And the final fight scene is very nice, especially the motorcycle judo, I want to call it. It was really good. On the whole, I loved this movie and I thought it was really great. It's a solid A in my book. Moving on to the last of the series would be Mission Impossible 3, which I believe came out in 2006. Now, in this movie, Ethan Hunt has kind of stepped out of the role of being the top agent and has become an instructor to other agents. The reason for this is because he is now engaged to be married to his fiancée and wife, soon to be, Julia. Now, throughout the movie, Ethan has to take down this big arms dealer, while at the same time save his wife from this arms dealer. There's a lot of plot twists in this, and there's a lot more action than in the previous two movies. While there may not be as much fight scenes as number 2, the fight scenes are still good. Now, this movie is probably my favorite out of the franchise. While I do enjoy the action from number 2 a lot more, I believe this movie delivers a better story than the previous two. In addition to that, it's good to see Ethan in a role other than just the lone agent, but actually have a love interest. Now, the only complaint, and like I said, the only complaint I have is the very beginning, when you see Ethan tied up to a chair and his wife tied up to a chair also. And he's given an ultimatum, whether to save her or to give out the location of the rabbit's foot, which is the big thing in this movie. And it's okay, and it starts off the movie well, but you kind of know from the beginning of the movie that he's going to get captured and his wife is going to get captured. So it kind of diminishes the surprise value of that. But besides that one thing, I thought this movie was good, that the characters kind of got a little bit better, and I thought the story was a lot better in this. So, on a whole, the Mission Impossible movie series, I think, is a great movie series that you should get. So let's go down the rundown. Mission Impossible 1, good way to start off the movie series. Although it is the weakest out of the series, I do believe it does hold true, and the ending is very nice. Mission Impossible 2 expands on a good storyline, has a lot more plot twists. In addition to that, the action and the fight scenes are fantastic. Mission Impossible 3, better storyline than Mission Impossible 2. Not quite as good as fight scenes, but the action is still there, and it holds true as my favorite Mission Impossible. So like I said, the Mission Impossible movie series, it is a great movie series, and it is exactly what it tries to be. A good action, good suspense series. Nothing more, nothing less. It doesn't try to be this smart, integral movie series. It just tries to be a good action series. So I suggest picking them up, especially for the fact that I got all movies under $14. Although I did get them used, I mean at Newbury Comics you can get them from like $3 to $5. That's not bad. Especially a movie that only came out 3 years ago, that was pretty big. So, pick out the Mission Impossible series. You will enjoy them. Heck, my girlfriend enjoys them, and she doesn't even like action movies. But, with that said, I'm going to end the review here. This is Andrew, saying, peace out for now.